AAA 5 Diamond, family-friendly and accessible with nonstop flights from many U.S. locations. Is it too good to be true? Today, we're going to find out on Vacations Live as we take a look at my pictures and photos and a total resort overview of Hotel Xcaret in Riviera Maya. So join me today to talk all about this fabulous resort. Hello, travelers. It is Mandy Horn, the Traveling Compass. I am a travel advisor that helps you travel smart, getting those vacations for busy families and couples who are wanting to get away from their busy life and make sure they can make those memories they have always talked about making, but never get around to making. That's what we're doing here on Vacations Live. We are looking at fabulous global inspiration. And today we are taking a very special look at Hotel Xcaret. I just got the opportunity to see this resort in July. So just last month. Feels like a long time ago, but it wasn't. And I absolutely fell in love with this AAA 5 Diamond, beautiful family-friendly resort. And I'm going to show you all around the property with my insider tips and my photos and my videos and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get started on this fabulous property. I'm going to bring up some photos here. So first of all, ta-da! When you come, you will see the beautiful entrance to Hotel Xcaret, and this company really does a fabulous job on landscaping. It is a beautiful drive into the property and just absolutely gorgeous. You'll enter the main lobby when you hit the hotel, and it looks, like I'm over there. Okay, so beautiful natural woods, gorgeous hanging things. It's open air. It's really lovely as you come in. And they give you like a fresh drink, and while you're standing and waiting to get checked in. So it's just really a lovely place to enter. Now there are additional protocols right now. It is open and operational, but they do have some additional cleaning procedures and different things that are going on where like you clean your shoes when you walk in, and they can use hand sanitizer and a mask. But if you're visiting at another location or another time, you may not have that. But right now they're doing a fabulous job keeping everybody safe and clean. So something just to know if you happen to be going here in the next few months, which Mexico is open at this current time in August without any additional testing restrictions, which makes it really great if you're traveling with little kids who may be not able to test or that kind of thing before they would go. So now, as you leave the lobby after you have gotten checked in and gotten your wonderful RFID wristbands, you'll come down these stairs right here, and this will lead you onto the main resort property. And everything just has this beautiful natural vibe to it, but very upscale, very nice. I can definitely see why I got AAA 5 Diamond. It does contemporary Mexican really well. So it's relaxed, it's friendly, but also very luxurious, and has a good energy to the place. Where it's not like dead silent. Like sometimes you walk on a resort and it's super quiet and super zen, which is great if that's why you're there. But if you are just here to have a great time and you don't want it dead quiet, this is a great resort because they really do have a lot going on for all kinds of different ages, which we're going to talk through as we go through here. So the property is really lovely. Here's a photo of one of the main buildings. You can see the hammocks on the balconies of all the rooms, which is a super cute touch. And really, this hotel was so detailed. I love this. If you'll notice that the hammocks have a pillow on them, which stretches out. I mean, I'm kind of a design geek. I kind of geek out on that kind of thing. That actually stretches out the hammock, which really makes, like, when you open your room doors and you walk out and it's just this really opening and inviting hammock, it's just those little things that really put something over the top. And I know, most people wouldn't even notice. It's just something you would feel when you walk in as a travel advisor. I'm literally on more resorts than most people will ever be on their lifetime. I visit all of these, to pick the best things for my clients. And it's just that kind of stuff that really makes it next level and just extra nice. So if you've ever had something like that at a hotel that you just absolutely loved, go ahead and make sure you leave me a comment on what does it for you. Like when you walk into a hotel, what makes you go, yes, that is absolutely, like, I'm loving it, right? Make sure you leave me in the comments, whether you're catching the replay or the live, what it is about a hotel that makes you go, oh, luxury. Okay. Obviously, it's probably not a pillow in the hammock, but it's just one of those details that I noticed right away, and they all have hammocks, so really fun if you just like to lay there, and there's always a really gentle sea breeze blowing, so it makes it just really lovely to get to just be on resort. And this company that owns the hotel got its start in eco parks, and that's going to become important later as we talk about a really special inclusion for this property. But because of that, they do landscaping really, really well. I told you I'm a little bit of a design nut. Walking around, they've just created really lovely moments with the foliage and with vines hanging down, and it doesn't just feel like open, here's your hotel. Like, it really feels like this enclave. And they've even staggered the buildings so that it's not just like hotel, you're just seeing like a straight line of, room. The buildings are kind of tiered and tucked in. And so it really does it brings a different feel to the property that's just more intimate, and you don't feel like you're just there with 6,000 of your closest friends. So really just a fantastically well designed in terms of the overall layout. So as you'll walk down that main walkway, what you will find is you will hit this, I'll bring it over here so you can see it. The beautiful and famous infinity pool. This is their gorgeous main pool, and it is family friendly, but there is a swim up bar at the end of it, and I'll pull up a picture of that, but just gorgeous, gorgeous vistas off the end of this pool. Let's take a look. There you go, right? So that view is money. Let me tell you, it is beautiful. And you can tuck your little self up in there all around that edge. I love to go and just sit there and look out over the lagoon and the ocean, or you can grab a drink from the swim up bar nearby. Or this is a restaurant during the day, and you can grab a quick bite to eat at that buffet there. If you're just happen to be hanging out at the pool and you don't want to have to go far, you don't need to. There is food and beverage right there with gorgeous views. It's really, a popular spot for a reason at the resort. Okay. There we go. So now let me talk a little bit about, wrong one. All right, so let's bring up that view. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is actually a little bit of an extended platform on the end of the pool so that you can actually get a little bit of water. I spent an afternoon here and it was lovely to get some sun, but not get too hot. There are chairs right here on this shallow water. It would also be great if you had a little one who would like to splash but not be in the water, in too deep a water. This is a great place to hang out and still get that absolutely gorgeous view. I certainly saw a lot of people grabbing their Instagram shots there. For good reason. It's beautiful, right? But there are other pools, so that isn't the only pool on property. They do have a kids pool. So this complete with slides and like this waterfall area. It was great. It's shallow. There's lots of chairs near there. Really lovely if you have children. And right nearby, actually, this kids pool is another additional restaurant that's open during the day called Shibali, and it is like all kid friendly. We accidentally actually stopped there one time for lunch on a quick way to the spa and walked in and we're like, there's something different about this place. What is it? And literally all of the food was kid friendly, which is really great. If you have kids, it's just something we noticed walking in, but they really do have like chicken fingers and hamburgers and, everything or spaghetti. I mean, like you looked at the menu and it was seriously like my children had designed the menu, which is great because it's right by the kid pool. You don't have to go far to get your kids' favorite foods. And you can just, if you're hanging out there and your room is close by there, it's a great place to spend the afternoon with kids. Now, there is also a quiet pool, and let me bring up a video of that for you. Now, it's a little bit tucked back by the ocean, but you can see here. Okay, that is the quiet pool right in front. There are swim up rooms off of it, and there's also a swim up bar that is tucked into the back corner that you can't see from this shot. I actually tried to get the shot while I was on property, and they were hosing. There's beautiful, beautiful vegetation on the top of the swim up bar in the quiet pool, and it did not look good with the hose, and the person up there. So I was like, well, I'm not going to grab a photo of that right now, but it is it's absolutely beautiful and very peaceful and quiet. So if you're not into, the maybe a little bit more of the active pool or the kid pool, there is a pool for you, and there were always chairs, at least while I was there, available to see it. So I would highly recommend any of the pools on the property. They were all a really great experience. So now let me bring up here. Okay, that was the view from the pool. Now, as you get to the end of that infinity pool, let's head to the beach. So there are these really cool bridges. Now, they do bobble a little bit, but I wouldn't say they swing. So if you're scared of heights, don't worry. But you walk over these really picturesque bridges. And like I said, they did such a great job with like noticing exactly what you're going to be seeing and creating these landscaping moments and these views as you walk. And it really just frames the resort and puts it in this wonderful, beautiful light. That is what was going on these bridges as you walk over to get to the beach. You'll walk over the lagoons. So beautiful, picturesque views on either side as you walk through there, heading to the beach. And let me bring up here a shot of the lagoon. Here's the lagoon. Now this runs all around the property. It's natural to the property, and it makes for some beautiful swimming and snorkeling. They also have kayaks and paddle boards that you can take around this lagoon. Super fun way to spend an afternoon. And you can see that there is a beach tucked right in there. This is a great area if you have littles and they aren't great with waves, or maybe you have some new swimmers to your group. This is a fabulous way to get in some beach time in a nice sheltered area, but it's super picturesque. It's surrounded by those limestone, cliffs that are just beautiful. And it really is I know sometimes as a mom, I'm like, oh, am I going to be relegated to like some ugly pool in the back of the property? But there are these spots on this property where you really can have this beautiful stuff around you and still watch your kids and be involved. And I really, really love that as a mom. And if you're traveling with a multi-generational family, then that really comes in handy. So everybody can kind of enjoy the experience, but nobody has to be left out or stuck somewhere they don't want to be. Okay, so this is another shot of the lagoon, kind of from up above. And like I said, you're walking across these bridges to get to get over this lagoon to the beach. And let me bring up a shot of the beach for you. It is a beautiful beach. They do have chairs and a bar down there, and you can see it right here. Isn't that gorgeous? Don't you just want to listen to it for a minute? Let's listen to the beach. So as you can see, it is a little bit rockier there. They did have pockets that were swimmable. They do have pockets that have some sand, but it is not it for people who are looking for like one giant long beach. This may not be the resort for you, but it really was beautiful. The sound of the ocean there, like you heard it, was so relaxing, and the water is gorgeous. This was something I noticed when I went to preview their wedding sites. The wedding coordinator was right when she said we have 8 shades of water here at Escaret, and they really do. You look across these turquoise waters, and it's all these flowing, beautiful Caribbean colors. It's just gorgeous, even with the rocks there. It reminds me a little bit of Hawaii, actually. So something to notice. No, though, if you're coming and you're like, we want 100% beach, that's where we live the whole time. This beach does have some rocks and nooks to it, so maybe a different experience that, or head to the beach, like I said, on the lagoon, if you're wanting to just play like let your kiddos play in the sand. But there will be other beach experiences that come with it, because we're going to talk about the inclusions a little bit later. There's other beaches you can go visit. Okay, so let's pull up here. All right, this is a beautiful section here. You'll see in the distance, this is called the Espiral, or the Spiral in English. And on the very tippy top there is a beautiful Catholic church that they use for weddings. But the Spiral is a really helpful landmark. If you're navigating this resort, there will be rooms. The rooms facing this particular landmark the buildings are called the Espiral buildings. They are family-friendly units, and they have both garden view rooms and river view rooms that look out over that limestone lagoon that wraps around there. But Espiral will be the buildings that face this spiral. They do serve a mean brunch up in there on Sundays, so make sure you don't miss it if you happen to be there on a Sunday. It is an additional charge, but well worth it. It has gorgeous views. I was up there to see the chapel. gorgeous, completely panoramic views all around you. Well worth it if you're headed there. Make sure you grab brunch, okay? So one thing to know as we talk about rooms at Xcaret, I'm going to bring a map up here so you can see it. Now, the property is a little different because all the buildings have names and you do have very different things. So they did have a garden view room. That's what I was in, and those are located in a lot of the different buildings, but depending on whether you have kids or not and what kind of room you pick will depend on which building you get. So as you come here, the farthest to the left, that building are called Tierra, and that is, or land in English, that is the family-friendly building. They do have some ocean view and oceanfront rooms that are in that particular building. So if you are getting, that kind of room type, you'll notice on, that it'll say that it may only be available in Tierra if you have family or children along with you. That very front building right here, right smack dab in the middle, that is Oceanfront. That is the Fuego building, or Fire. It is adult only and it is privileged access. So adults that are staying there get some really special features. It has an additional restaurant that you can see that's based off of that patio right there in that pool. It's gorgeous views. They also have privileged access to that rooftop, and I will show you some footage from there. Gorgeous infinity pool, some really cool Instagrammable spots that you can go up there and see. And I love the fact that they have an adult only building here, because this works really well if you're traveling with a multi-generational family and like you have a grandma and grandpa, or you have one couple that may not have kids and maybe they don't want the whole kid experience. Maybe they want some space, maybe they want some quiet. You can do that all on the same property. So, somebody can have their space, have an adult only enclave they can go to, while maybe those with kids are in the more family friendly areas, and it just works for everyone. With multi-generational families, which is a specialty of ours, designing trips for them, we're always looking to make it work for everyone and how we can kind of find and nuance these properties to meet everybody's needs. So, and as you go up from that rooftop building from Fuego, which is right in front, and we're going back, the next two buildings there, they face the spiral. They are Espiral. That is the spiral buildings. It's a family-friendly block, and like I said, they have both river suites that would overlook the lagoon. You can kind of see it tucking back up there next to the spiral, and garden view suites as well. And swim ups are into the pools and things of those areas. As you go farther back, the next building down is going to be Viento, or wind. And like all the buildings are named after natural elements. The property has that very natural element feel to it. But that building is family friendly, and it is right next to the kid pool, which makes it really great. A great request if you're traveling with families to be down there if you want to be near the kids pool and near that restaurant that has the kid food. It's very close to everything, very close to the dinner reservations, all that's as you kind of go back. And then the very farthest, like way back building there is called Aqua, or water. It is right next to the spa. And that building is also adult only. It is, those rooms that are in that building are spa rooms. They have a special inclusion with them where you get access to an hour of hydrotherapy in the spa, which I will show you, and it is to die for. It's a gorgeous spa, probably the most prettiest spa I've ever been in. And I've been in quite a few. But so that building's all the way back there. So if you are in Aqua and you get a spa room, you'll be back by the spa and in an adult only building. And if you get a Fuego room, or you get an adult room with like adult in the title of the name, that will be in the front here with Fuego. And Fuego has lots of different room types. Some of them are ocean view or oceanfront, but they do have others like the river and that those kinds of views as well. So lots of different buildings, but it depending on what room type you want, those may only be located in some buildings, right? If you want to be in an adult only room, then you're gonna have to be in Fuego or an Aqua. So just things to know as your family's picking different areas. We want to make sure that you're getting the exact room type you want, and if you really want those ocean suites, Fuego is definitely going to be for you. So it was just an absolutely lovely building. And let me see here. I'll pull up a swim up suite for you. There you go. So you can see it over here. So the swim up suites are on the bottom, and up above that you would have garden view suites or river suites, depending on the building and what the view is. But the room structures themselves are very similar. It's a king or two doubles, and then or a king and a sofa bed. And They have very similar sizes, very similar structures for, but the view changes. That's the biggest thing for most of the rooms. Now, there are some room types that are specialty, like a junior suite or a master suite. But by and large, the majority of the rooms on property are very similarly designed, very similarly structured, but they just have different views, and they'll be in different buildings depending on, like we said, the things that we talked about before. So let's also take a look here. This is the main setup. Like I said, this part doesn't change very much. But this is a king bed. This was our room. You can see the natural artwork that's over here. That's local artisan artwork they put in every room. Beautiful natural colors. And I really don't feel like the bathroom is in the back there. I really don't feel like the picture does it justice in terms of the size. They are very spacious rooms, and I really appreciated that. It is a big room, and so you definitely have room. The bathroom there you'll see is located in the back. Those doors that are on it are sliding, like barn style doors, so you can totally close that area off if you're traveling with kids, or maybe it's a group of friends that are traveling together. That can be closed off to use the bathroom and water closet that are secluded back behind there. And you can see kind of an opaque window above the tub there. There's actually a switch in there that turns that from less opaque to more opaque, depending on the level of privacy you want in the water closet. So really a great setup. That tub, I have more tours coming for you guys that are that of the actual room. I have more pictures and things like that, but that tub is actually huge. I mean, you can easily fit 2 people in it. It is ginormous. So it doesn't always look like it from the photos, but it's actually one of the things as a travel advisor that I always check, because I do have people ask me, like, how big truly is the tub? This is a big tub. So, whether you like to be in there by yourself or with other people, it is a big tub. You will definitely have lots and lots of space. Okay, so I'll bring up here the seating area. You can see this is where this is in a king room. This will have a sofa bed. Looks out, really comfortable, lovely area to be in. Everything is done in some really natural tones. You'll see that they do have water and refreshments that are there. Those are refreshed every day, along with a mini bar that had Coke products and beer in it. And they do have snacks, including worms. Actual fried worms. These were so fun. We brought them back for our kids, and they all enjoyed squealing and trying, the lime flavored worms. But all different kinds of snacks, including potato chips and Mexican cookies and other things in there that are quite yummy to eat. And gummy bears. They had these really fun pouches of gummy bears and candy, which we actually brought some back for our kids too. They loved them. So it's a really special touch if you're traveling with kids or you just happen to have a sweet tooth. Up above, you'll see the TV. Right now, they are doing room service via QR code, which is what I have a picture of up there. But I really, they did have a lot of English programming on there, including children's programs, which I was really impressed with. Sometimes there's like nothing on there, but there were films and English kids television programming that was easily accessible and would be a great addition if you were just having the kids chill for a little bit. That phone right there calls everybody you need to call, including the main front desk and the concierge that helps make arrangements for you while you're there, if you're going to go visit other places. So really they have, so much that you need. Let me see. Oh, I have a picture of this tub. Let me pull it up. There's the tub. Like I said, it does not look as that big, but it is huge and it is jetted. So it was really, really fun. A fantastic, it is out in the open, lots of room in there. So really, really great. I loved the room type. And let me see, I do have my view for you here. Let me pull up that garden balcony view. So this was my view while I was on property. And I love that they have outlets out here. It made it so much easier. I had to do a little bit of work while I was away. I could just plug my stuff in and work outside. But and I love the detail and the clear railing. You don't feel like any of your view is blocked. It was so great looking out over the pool. This was, like I said, a garden view, but like you did get some of that pool view in there because I happened to be in Tierra. So happened to be facing out over that pool, but it was just such a lovely view. And it was such a great way to just sit there and enjoy the afternoon. So that view, like I said, will change depending on what room you have. If it's a river room, you'll be overlooking like those limestone cliffs in a river, or, in garden view room, you saw what mine looked like. So, or the swim up, you'll be looking at the pool. So lots of different things. And they did have some in Tierra, like I said, that were ocean view or oceanfront. So beautiful, beautiful rooms and views, very comfortable to sit out there and enjoy it. I really enjoyed myself. So taking a look at restaurants, okay? So here is one of the main restaurants underneath the lobby. You can kind of peek in there at the main buffet. They do have a buffet open for breakfast and lunch and dinner, no reservations required. And that's one place to eat. I tend to not spend too much time at the buffet. I like to eat at specialty restaurants. And so they did also have additional places open for breakfast. The swim up bar in that main pool, the Trajinero, it's meant to look like a big long boat. That is also open for breakfast. It is buffet style as well, so you can eat there. And then you could always order room service. That's 24/7 and included if you don't want to be out and about. But then they also had, at least for our stay, the Cantina del Faroles, so the Cantina of the Lights, which is Mexican, had breakfast, and it was fantastic. And so we actually ate all of our breakfasts in there. So highly recommend it. That was really lovely. And when you go to a specialty restaurant, bring this up here, I'll sneak in here, you can see that you'll be given a welcome cocktail. This was so much fun. It was such a great way to start dinner. They really go over the top, and the food was some of the best I've ever had in an all-inclusive, to be honest. It was fantastic, especially if you love seafood. They really, really did seafood so well. I had the best octopus I've ever had there. And I love to eat. We've eaten all over the world at Michelin-starred restaurants and all different kinds of things. And they had really, truly great food at the specialty restaurants. We really enjoyed it. And those welcome cocktails were a really nice way to start dinner. So I'll bring up a picture of this, but here's the picture of the buffet. It has these beautiful stained glass rooms and, everything that you can think of. They did have a gelateria, so they had ice cream there. If you have kiddos that are big ice cream, I know my kids always love to hit up the ice cream at the buffet. But that is the market. And here is that trajinera that's on that swim up bar into the main pool, the infinity pool. This had all kinds of things, including some fabulous sushi. And then in the back of that area, there's a big plaza, and they set up food carts, or like taco trucks kind of inspiration, and they were delicious. They had a burger stand one night out on the plaza in these little food carts along with the buffet, so we had like sushi and burgers and something I think off the grill station. So they had ice cream. I mean, it was really nice not to have to leave the pool or go far, or if you want ocean views up there, like that is super easy and easily accessible. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, no reservations are required. So, this is also another option. Another casual eatery without reservations, like I said, is this kid place. This is Chibali. And this was their candy buffet. Like you can see those little machines like they have they did have at grocery stores where you can open them up and get some candy. That was actually I told you that restaurant was all about the kids. Their menu had like spaghetti and chicken nuggets and everything imaginable. It was fantastic. And so, if you had children, this was a great place, and they can even go to their own little candy buffet there. And they had little bags you could take it with you to go. That area is also right by their kids club, which is supervised. And then they do have a teen family club that is not supervised, where the whole family can hang out. It even has like a VW like old style van in there that had food and little snacks in it. It was super fun. So that whole area by the kids water park, that restaurant, and the kids area are all close by into the Viento rooms, the wind building right there. So really fabulous restaurant. That one is, again, no reservation, open, ready to go. Okay. So let's bring up the next photo here. This one is from Las Playas, and I loved Las Playas. It was a seafood restaurant right on the lagoon. It is open for lunch and for dinner, and no reservation needed, and it was great. We had lobster tacos and just sat there and ate, and you look over the lagoon. It was the first meal we ate when we got to Escaret. We were hungry for lunch. They were open. No, you don't need a reservation. You can just walk up. They have wonderful drinks, and we just sat and really enjoyed the view. It was a great place to stop and rest, so I highly recommend that for a quick lunch. It's probably my favorite place we ate lunch. I would go there. Like I told you, I'm a fan of the specialty restaurants, so Las Playas is definitely, I think, a little step up from the buffets at Trajinera and the Mercado. So I would head there for lunch if it was me. It was delicious. And you can, like I said, the kids area served breakfast, lunch, and dinner too. If you have kiddos that need that buffet and those kid options, that's always available to you. So now let me bring up the specialty dinner restaurants. Now, this is the only specialty dinner restaurant at night that does not require reservations, and this is the Cantina, and you can see the lights for which it is named up there. This was actually at breakfast. Like I told you, they had it open for breakfast while we were there. Fabulous, fabulous breakfast options. And so during the day for breakfast, it's this, fun, lit, really lovely area. And then at night they transform it. And I'll show you some pictures of that as well. But all those lights get colored. They bring in a DJ and it is rocking. And they actually have the upstairs there is a sports bar, which is fabulous. And they have additional drinks, so much fun. And that will even be open till like 2 a.m. They have live entertainment all evening. And so it would be packed out there every night. We would go and sit and listen to who they had. And so if you have people, like you're traveling with a whole group of like different ages, like I said, it's a great spot for teens. It's a great spot for young adults who maybe don't want some of the sleepier stuff going on. That is a great place for them to hang out. Now, they don't have as much of the traditional entertainment at an all-inclusive where you'd be like, oh, Michael Jackson show. They don't do that, but the live entertainers were all really, really, truly excellent. Very good performances. Nothing was cheesy. It was really lovely. All the different groups, and they would bring a different group in at about every half hour to 45 minutes in the cantina. And as the night got on, it got progressively louder, progressively more upbeat. So if it got too much for you, you could always leave. But there's always something going on there. And I loved that at night. It was just a fun and upbeat place to hang out for the young and young at heart. They do have a specialty restaurant that is their theater restaurant, so you can kind of do dinner and a show at the Teatro, which is near the Espiral, near the big spiral, and that is by reservation, family friendly, and reservations can be made about 2 weeks in advance, starting 2 weeks in advance of your trip. Or when you get on site, you can make them through the concierge as well. But if you have something you really want, I recommend reserving early. But so they do have the teatro. I don't have any pictures of that. We didn't visit it while I was there, but that is available, especially if you want, if you love dinner and a show, right? So let me bring up other one. Now this is their Asian restaurant, Jingao, and this is by reservation for dinner only. You can see there, you can choose. There's teppanyaki. The people off to the side in my photo, they are at a teppanyaki table. The center is for sushi, and there's a very limited sushi menu. And the tables where I was seated when I took this photo have a variety of different fusion of different areas, from Thai to Japanese to whatever. We loved this. We love sushi, and this was just, we could have gone just to the sushi table, but we wanted to try different things. And so if you liked it, you might want to try, this is a place you could try more than one time. If you're there for, 7 nights and you want a variety of dinners, you could do teppanyaki one night. You could do just sushi one night. You could do whatever. Yeah. So, but this is again by reservation, really loving. I'll bring up, this is one of the curries I had. Look at that. How fabulous is that? This is a curry that I had. I was there. Now they do have an additional Asian fusion and this is fine dining, adult only, and by reservation, and does have an additional charge. Is a true upscale fine dining experience. This was designed by the chef that had the first Michelin star in Mexico. It's perfect if you have a special evening, like you want to do adult only, or you want an anniversary celebration or a birthday or something. I love this kind of option on a property when you have something really special, like maybe you're traveling with a big group and you've been with your kids all week and you all have been having fun, but it's your anniversary and you really just want to do something with your special someone, and grandma's going to take the kids, and you can still, even though you're all together, still go kind of have that special moment. And so is really great for that. I'll bring up one of the dishes we had there. The pea soup was amazing, and the pea tendrils were out of this world fresh. They are so fantastic. We talked with them. I'm a little bit of a foodie, and so we talked to them at length about where they were sourcing their ingredients, and they said the chef is extremely picky and is sourcing locally everything he can, hand picking all of the produce, and it shows. It was just absolutely fantastic and well worth the cost to be there. It does come with a wine pairing with each meal, and we absolutely loved it. So I told you that Cantina absolutely transforms. This is what it looks like at night. And this is actually taken from the sports bar upstairs. So really, really, really fun. This is always the place you can go if you didn't get a reservation. That is the only specialty dining restaurant other than the Mercado at night. The Mercado isn't really specialty, but the Cantina is the only specialty restaurant that doesn't require reservation. So that would be where I would head. Then here's a photo of the sports bar upstairs. That bartender, I'll tell you a little story about him. He was amazing. We happened to be up there. This is a little bit of a late night resort. It tends to kind of get started at about 9 p.m., which is unusual. Some resorts get real sleepy around 7 and everybody's in bed by 9. Not so on this resort. People were just kind of getting started at 9 o'clock. You had no trouble getting dinner reservations at 7. And we walked up to that sports bar at 9 and nobody was up there. And we actually asked him, we're like, are you open? Did we go someplace we weren't supposed to go? And he said, no, you're just the first people here. You're early. And he spent so much time explaining about different tequilas to us and letting us do like almost like a little mini tasting with him because nobody else was there. And we had such a fabulous time with him, learned so much about tequilas and actually found some we really, really liked so much so we bought some to take some home. So and the staff were all like that, super well trained, very wonderful, welcoming, hospitable. We had so much fun, but that's a great place to hang out. And as the night got on, it did get packed out. So really a great place to hang and just enjoy the evening. Right outside the cantina, they do run a taco cart, which is extremely popular. There was always a line. It was always fabulous. And they have some non-traditional for American tacos like tongue and other things that are more common in the rest of the world, but are wonderful and great if you want to try up your taco game. The taco cart was running till early hours in the morning and there was always people there getting tacos. It was a lot of fun and it always smelled fabulous when we were walking home for the evening. Now, if you have to work all of that out, you can't. They do have a huge, beautiful, state-of-the-art gym that you can definitely visit if you would like. Now, there was one other specialty restaurant. I did not. I will pull up the footage here for you, and this is a really cool place. Okay, so we'll bring it over here. There you go. It's called Las Cuevas or the Caves, and this is open for, let's see here, for dinner only. Yes, by reservation. So, and this is a Brazilian steakhouse. So they bring around the meat, on a stick and carve it tableside. Beautiful though. And right next to here is also like a little mini one of these called Bio that is actually open for lunch and serves really fresh, gluten-free kind of healthy dishes. So you can go visit Bio during the day for lunch, or you can come here at night with a reservation for dinner. So, and these are actually like they use these for wedding receptions. And so, I mean, can you think about having your wedding reception in those caves, like after a beautiful beach wedding? It was really, really cool. So like you can see though that it's not air conditioned, it is open air, but a really lovely environment. If you want to do something fun and different, you can hit the caves as long as you have a reservation for dinner. And those can be made on site with the concierge if you didn't happen to make them before you come. So I think I'm just checking my notes. Yep, I think we've gotten everyone. If you have questions as we're going along, make sure you leave them for me because I always go back and answer questions. So if you have questions about the restaurants or what, where you go, what you'd eat, just let me know. But all kinds of things. So you can go to a theater show. You can go eat in some really cool caves. You can, go to the cantina. You can go to Ha and get your fine dining on. You can go have sushi. There's so many options at dinner. Really, truly, you could eat at probably any of them all week long and be really happy. So wonderful, wonderful food. Just an absolutely great experience. So let me bring up one of my favorite places on property, the spa. Okay, so here you go. This is the view of the main spa area. It's open air. It faces the lagoon. It has these beautiful limestone cliffs, these wonderful hanging baskets. I'll bring up the other opposite view here too. There you go. It's these beautiful, like I said, like almost framed by the landscaping. And this is where you sit and do the hydrotherapy circuit, which is just gorgeous. This is one of the pools. They do have a sauna and a hot and cold plunge pool that are in the background. Absolutely gorgeous. I just, we spent an afternoon here and it was so beautiful. It is like the prettiest spa I've ever been in. I highly recommend you visit it and spend some adult time in there. They have all of their treatment rooms are in these like really cool natural caves out in the property. So you walk through the jungle to get there. When I actually finished my treatment, I came out and there were monkeys swinging overhead and the masseuse stopped me and said, "Oh, look up, look up." She said, "We just had a baby monkey and he's learning to swing." And so I got to see this baby monkey swinging through the trees. It It was such a cool, memorable experience, and definitely you feel like you got to do something really, really special. So this would also be like a great thing to do as a girls getaway if you're traveling with friends, or maybe just like all of the women in a family want to go for the day. Or I did love that the hydrotherapy area was co-ed, so you could do it as couples as well and spend that time together lounging. My husband and I got to spend time in the hydrotherapy circuit together and then went to do individual treatments. So really a lot of options, works great for groups. There's so much room and you get to be together for a lot of it. Now the treatment rooms, like I said, are natural caves. So here's one. This was the one I was in. So cool. Such a cool experience. Very well temperature controlled, very comfortable. Really, really unique experience. I would highly recommend. So now one of the best things about this property, like I told you, they were owned by people who own the eco parks in the area, adventure parks. And if you are staying here, and this is what makes it so great for families that are traveling together, if you are staying here, then you get access to these parks that is included with your stay. They will set up transportation for you. Some of the parks have more shuttles than others. Some run on a schedule and some are like for like the whole day, like they go for the whole day and then you come back. So you kind of have to plan around that. But the parks were so much fun and it's included. And I would say it's a little Disney-esque in the sense that like if you are used to like at Disney, you go stay and they have transportation. And so you can just get up from your hotel, easily go, spend a fabulous day and come back. That is exactly what it was like. The transportation and coaches were beautiful. The closest park is Escaret. It also has the same name, and that you can get to by bus or boat. It's also a little bit like Disney. So the buses, like here, you would catch one of these to one of the fun buses, and you can see the different names on there: Xcaret, Explore. They all have kind of different specialties. Xcaret, it's more like a zoo. Explore is we went and did that. It's like ATVs and zip lines and a beautiful cave swim. Then they have some that are farther away that do all kinds of different things, and you can get as active as you want. Whitewater rafting and cenote dipping, which are these sunken limestone caves. I mean, all kinds of things that you can go and experience, and that's included with your stay. So it's really fabulous if you have an active family and if you have that tween-teen tricky age where, hey, they want to be cool, they want to go have fun, you want to go do things. It's not just sit by the pool and watch them splash anymore. You want to go make some serious memories and they like some adventure. This is a fantastic choice because it was so easy. It's so seamless to go and do this stuff and so much fun. I was so surprised. My husband and I had so much fun at Explore and Xcaret too. We went there as well. And they do also, like I said, to Xcaret have this boat. And this was such a little picturesque Disney-like way to get to Xcaret. We really enjoyed it. We had more than one little kiddo on the boat who just was enjoying the boat ride. And if you had littles, I love this for them because it's almost like a ride on the way there, and it's just something different for them to enjoy. It was a quiet moment for those families, and it was just really, it was a lot of fun. So the Xcaret Park, like I said, is it has a lot of animal encounters and experiences. This was the flamingo exhibit. It is like a zoo combined with experiences. So some of the experiences are paid, some of them are included. So it just depends on what you're going to do. And I'll bring up one of my favorite videos of this while we were there. These were some of my friends that I got to meet. Here are some whale sharks. And you can, in fact, go diving or swimming with them. That's an additional cost. But it's just, you could walk past them. They had turtles. They had a dolphin swim that was an additional cost if you wanted to do that. So just lots of really beautiful animal encounters that we just really enjoyed and I would recommend. Like it was just a fun place to walk. I could really see small kids loving that park. They had a 3-story aviary, and I will bring up that picture of that. Look at this. This is their aviary. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Like it was 3 stories. You walked around, you got to meet birds like right here. I mean, they were right up in front of my face. So I absolutely, it was just beautiful. It was just a beautiful place and park to walk around, see some animals. They have some ruins in there and you just enjoy all of that. And then it's a really easy walk, or you can take the bus or the boat back to the hotel, and you didn't feel like you had to spend too much time. You could do what you want and go back. And that was the beauty of it being included. Like if you had little kids and you were traveling, you can go and do as much as you want. If they're tired to go back for naps, you don't feel like you've wasted an entire park entrance day or like you have to make the most of it. You just got to enjoy it and for what you wanted and go back. So I really love how that de-stressed our time there, de-stressed the vacation, and just made it so much fun. One thing you will have as you walk all around are these RFID wristbands. These you can scan to get in. And one of the really cool things that I love for families is that those wristbands, they track you through the park. So a little bit like Disney too, if you're familiar with Disney, they take pictures. There are picture stations. You can scan your band, take your photo, and then when you come back at the end of the day, those photos, you can see my husband and I here, get loaded on the TV and they're already playing from your adventures that day. It was so cool. I can't even tell you. When you walk in at the end of the day and you've had all these adventures and it's so much fun, and we didn't have our kids, but if we did, and those pictures came up, like, oh, look, that's what we did today. Like, it was so fun. I would highly recommend it. They do have photo packages available, so you can purchase those, but well worth it. I mean, super fun way to get some family photos easily. I know, some of us moms are always like, take a photo, take a photo, take a photo, because we're never in the photos, and that is a great way to be able to scan your wristband, take some photos with your kids, and be able to have access to all of those pictures, just like a family photo shoot. And they had some really, really cool ones. It was just, we really had a fabulous time. There's so much included in here. Now, like I said, there is one building that is different, the Fuego building, that's the adult only building. And I did want to bring you, I promised you this shot from the top of the building. Okay, so, because it's absolutely stunning. Like the adult only section up here, look at that. I told you that water has like 8 colors. It really, like, that is truly what it looks like in life. They're my photos. You have this beautiful infinity pool here, fabulous Instagram shot. There's so many photos of people swimming across here and having their picture taken, but it was so quiet and so peaceful up here. This is exclusively, there's a bar up here as well. This is exclusively for Fuego guests. So if you are wanting access to that, make sure you stay in the Fuego building. But I love that if you are traveling, like if you are the grandparents or whatever, or, if you don't have kids with you on that trip and you're traveling with the rest of your family, what a great spot to go get some quiet time and just enjoy that beautiful view and just like soak it all in. I mean, the property really is that beautiful. The whole thing was just like that. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And we had such a great time. So if you have questions about Xcaret, make sure you leave them for me in the comments. I'd love to answer. You'll be seeing more things come out from me on this resort because I have a room tour and all kinds of things that are coming out. So make sure you go up to the description and make sure you get on my weekly inspirational list because some of it I probably won't be putting on Facebook. You get exclusive access if you get my newsletter each week. So make sure that you sign up for that so that you can get all of my best content and material that I'm always giving out. They always get my best stuff first. But until then, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful week and travel smart in the future. Let me know your questions and make sure that you follow along and subscribe so that you get all of the best updates. Until next time, guys, travel smart.